Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your February 2023 forecast. I'm Angelique with Healing with Angelique, and this is for Gemini Sun, Moon, or Rising. And of course, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So let's look at the month of February for you, Gemini. Let's see some of the themes we're going to be working with and what's going to be coming up for you, and just some of the guidance that you're being given. So let's move through it. We have the Four of Swords, the Strength card, the Eight of Swords, the Hangman, Knight of Swords, the Renewal card, the Devil card, Ace of Wands, the Death card, Page of Swords, Nine of Swords, Seven of Coins, Two of Cups. There's a lot of swords here, and a really big theme when it comes to your relationships this month, Gemini. This can be romantic relationships, or these can be very intimate relationships, the relationships you have with family or people that you live with in the home. You have the Four of Swords with the Strength card. They're asking you to really think deeply, sleep on it. Don't take any actions about leaving certain situations or taking any kind of drastic measures. They're saying, look, if there is a time that needs for separation, if there's a time for you to kind of move on your own, if there's a need for healthy boundaries out of self-respect and self-love, that's absolutely okay. But what they're asking you to do is take a moment, think about it, meditate on it, take a little bit of a break. Because if you have the Four of Swords, sometimes we're acting out of stress and we're acting out of, just our automatic impulse, and they're guiding you against this. It would be best to come to a place of clarity, think twice, act once kind of energy. You have the Eight of Swords, because a lot of what you're feeling, Gemini, is our own sense of entrapment. But when you have the Eight of Swords, it's mental. It's not real. You're not really stuck. You're not really trapped. You're just kind of lacking confidence to make some of the decisions that might be in your highest good. It's good to differentiate between what is real and what is the story that I'm telling myself. If I take these actions, are they authentic to who I am, or are they a reflection of my own fears? And we want to act from a place of authenticity. You have it with the Hangman. They're saying pause, stop, don't take action yet. They're saying, look, let's look at the situation from different angles, maybe even a full 180 degrees. When we do this, we put ourselves in other people's shoes. We kind of think about how other outcomes might be, or perhaps decide to look at things from a completely different perspective. A lot of the way we see things comes from outdated beliefs, conditioning that we've had from childhood. It comes from old ideas that actually don't fit or resonate with us anymore. So they're really asking you to reevaluate that. Like, all right, is this coming from me, or is it coming from the fears of my mind, which aren't real? Are they coming from old beliefs that actually I don't really resonate with anymore? Look at things completely differently, Gemini. And just before making any choices, you have the Knight of Swords and then the Renewal card. And from that place, okay, make that decision and have very clear conversations. Because you have the Renewal card, this is a chance for a lot of hope with some of your intimate relationships. I like this card because it's having a very clear conversation with somebody you care about, again, romantic or platonic or familial, and say, look, let's be objective about evaluating our relationship. Like, does it serve you too? Does it serve me? Where have we been? What have we been through? Where do we want to go? Because sometimes having these conversations in that space of objectivity helps you to truly listen to the other person and recognize perhaps some fallacies or inaccuracies that you might have been assuming, and really working to make this relationship move in healthy new directions. I love this. You have it with the Devil card next to it. If you have it with the Devil card, it's because so many of the things that you've been looking for or acting on in regards to your relationships, this is not a criticism, Gemini, but they might be coming out of the sensory, right? You might be in certain relationships because of what you get out of it, because of status, how things look. You might be in certain relationships because they just fill you perhaps sexually, but not really spiritually, not emotionally, not mentally. And they're saying, look, approach your relationships in a way that actually serve you, all of you, versus being or taking actions from this old space. I think the universe is trying to stop you from doing the same thing over and over again. And it's not a criticism. Sometimes we might lack awareness of why we're even doing what we're doing. All of us have been there. We realize, oh my gosh, this is what my mom did or my dad did, or this is what I was taught. And I didn't realize that I'm doing that, from my subconscious, doing it completely unconsciously. And they're saying, look, at making sure that wherever you're moving your relationships, it's not selfish, it's not out of your ego, it's not just for your own pleasure or your own gain, and it's not just because you have this external, kind of shallow perspective of relationships. You have it with the Ace of Wands and the Death card. They're asking you to move forward confidently in this new direction, when we have the Death card, it's like an end of a phase. Like that's done. Really transforming and transmuting all of that old energy so we can allow for these new experiences, these new levels in our relationships. And I love that. I know the Death card can be very scary to some people, but it's really a card of spiritual transformation. It's a time to move on from old patterns, people sometimes, and ways of being that no longer serve us. And they know with that Ace of Wands, it might be a little challenging, but it could be kind of like an exciting challenge. Like, I want this, I want to have this experience, I want to do this. So yeah, if we want, you know, to experience new things, we have to let go of the old. Sure. You have it with the Page of Swords and the Nine of Swords. Whenever you have these two together, just understand whenever we make changes, it's really, really common to hit a wall when it comes to our fears. Like, well, what if it doesn't work out? What if this doesn't happen? Nine of Swords is a very shoulda, coulda, woulda. You know, it could be those sleepless nights, second guessing, expecting worst case scenarios. And usually this happens because with the Page of Swords, you might get hit with some real blunt information, some really challenging information. Someone might just be straight up with you, Gemini, and be like, you know, that was wrong, or that was selfish, and, you know, that's never going to happen for you. Whatever someone might say that makes you kind of think and stop. But understand, anytime we try to do something differently, whether it's a new path, a new direction, a new career, or even evolving as a human being, we are going to hit bumps initially because we have that old momentum of the old self still moving, right? So if we try to move in a new direction, it's going to have a little bit of a learning curve to it. Don't allow this new route in your relationships, these new ways of thinking, this way of healing and changing to disrupt your goals, to disrupt your vision for your life. Understand that you worrying about it, stressing about it, could only create self-fulfilling prophecy. So surrender it as best you can. Whether you surrender up to the divine or your angels or your spirit guides, try to focus on what it is you do want and less on the, you know, again, shoulda, coulda, wouldas, or what might be. You have it with the Seven of Coins and the Two of Cups. I love this. The Seven of Coins is finally really genuinely investing your time, your energy, your money, your love into healthy relationships. The Two of Cups usually represents two people who can find positive conflict resolution, who actually grow stronger and closer through working through things. And I love this. I feel like the universe doesn't want you to run away. I feel like the universe doesn't want you to just dip because things might get complicated or hard. They want you to work with the energy you have in front of you. Now, understand this does not count for any abusive or unhealthy or toxic relationships. This is about you growing. And if you growing means stepping away from that, and the new direction is you guys moving apart, well, then so be it. That's your form of evolution. And a new person who's healthy to invest in. Two of Cups is a soulmate relationship, romantic or platonic. I feel like my little sister is one of my soulmates. Really bringing those people around you who are worth your time, energy, and investment, Gemini. This is a beautiful month of growth and learning and really leveling it up. And I love to see this for you. If you would like a one-on-one reading, my link is down below. Otherwise, guys, I wish you a beautiful February, and I will see you next month for next month's readings. Take care.